Yep, ZSS versus Shulk. But I know in Smash 4 this matchup was I guess that doesn't really matter considering this game. Shulk is much better in this game. Definitely though, I have to wonder, right? Because ZSS has a really fast movement speed, and though Shulk has really big range, he has to kind of commit to his moves a lot sooner than you would typically have to. Like, you have less time to react because his frame gate is so slow. So he's really good at establishing zones, but Zero Suit Samus is a character with, you know, moves like Zair and like moves like just like her airspeed in general and her general like movement is really good at breaking those zones and finding situations to pressure really well. Ooh, and that's gonna be a quick game coming up from Kimo.
Really sliding on in here.
Hello.
So, what's going on right now?
So far it looks like Kimo just kind of got a really quick gimp on road. Oh
Okay.
wait, he spells it. His tag is like the thing, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there you go. It's a road.
Yeah, there we go. I get it.
You know, I just understood that now, and I kind of feel stupid. But, anyway, Shulk ZSS, it's definitely a matchup that Kimo is familiar with.
Yeah, we somehow for some reason have a lot of Shulks here.
We do?
Which is odd because Shulk doesn't really exist in many places, period.
We
But
have, we have 2.5?
2.5? 2.5 what?
Shulks.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
count Tony's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony's a half.
But anyway, going back to this.
Might be less than a half, but yeah. I mean, in the matchup, technically, Shulk is supposed to be really good at getting out of a lot of ZSS kill setups. Like, the berry to up B is something that Shulk can just kind of shield art out of a lot of the time. And I know Zero Suit Samus is a character who doesn't really have too many really good far poking options in neutral, but the Zair is one that Kimo's using really well in order to compensate for that.
I want to ask about a certain scenario just happened, where Shulk kind of went into shield mode to like get not hit by one thing, but he stayed in shield mode. Is it better to stay in shield mode and play neutral that way, or switch off to a different?
Well, I do believe there is a cooldown on the art. Like, you can't just go to shield mode and then switch to something else immediately unless you had it stored, I believe.
Okay.
But in a lot of cases, it's like if you're at a percent that's like fairly high and like down B to boost kick is like an option that can kill you. I suppose it's not necessarily a wrong thing to keep yourself in that mode, especially because like the opponent can't really like right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
so that's what I was talking about, but I mean, just
yeah.
out of it. So that was the case of dial storage, I'd imagine.
I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
Who even knows?
Adults, and maybe they don't.
I mean, like, it's not like you can't switch from art to art to art, but
Right,
there's
of
like a
course.
small cooldown. I think you can switch in between.
Because I guess like he did get hit for a little bit while he was in build mode. There was
Yeah.
some knockback. But
Ooh, the parry coming out, but Shulk I guess not having an option fast enough. Zero Suit Nair is like a really good move for starting up pressure. Ooh, and the
good job on Kimo just blocking that counter.
yeah, Shulk's counter not exactly very fast on the actual attack itself. So there are a lot of situations like that where the opponent can just kind of not get hit.
Yeah. What's the word? You can see it very far ahead in the future. Kind of
It's
counterintuitive. Or not counterintuitive,
oh,
but like
as he
ironic.
shields, he gets hit by the back air. So Kimo gonna take that first game.
Yep. So shield doesn't act right away. It seems it just takes a little bit for it.
Yeah, I
to...
mean the animation has to finish, and then you like are actually in the art. We'll see it in a lot of instances where like both players might be a little slow to react to getting hit by multi-hit moves that will kill them. So it's like you'll see that they're trying to change their art, but like even though they are technically in shield mode after the hit, the knockback's already been applied.
Right. So we're going to switching over to Lila's the counter pick.
I do think that Shulk has some advantages here, specifically like when he's disadvantaged, it's going to be harder for Zero Suit to land her jump-ins, because in order for them to be safe, she has to be close to the ground, which the tilt will definitely interfere with that type of thing. Shulk more so tries to fill the screen with flooding arcs of hitboxes, so that the slants don't really matter to his neutral or advantage or disadvantage too hard. However, Kimo right here, starting off with a big explosive start.
Gets him with the, old and true. ladder and stuff. Don't see them as much in this game.
You see the up airs, it's just they don't get the finisher with the up B. The shield art instantly coming out from the down throw. I don't think I would like that because Zero Suit is not known for having true conversions out of her throws anymore.
Right. The other thing is just like, now he has to wait, I think it's 6 seconds, I believe. Maybe it's more for the shield art to come back.
But going into, the same situation happening again with the counter. Bro definitely has to find other ways. Kimo's juggling with really, really low lag options, like moves like up air and stuff close to the ground. So, and like that paralyzer has very low lag also that he just countered.
Yeah, both times it was just paralyzer and then he just shielded the counter. Almost as if he's kind of, well, I guess I would say expecting it, but it's reactable.
Yeah, I mean, if Shulk lands with an aerial, right? Like, what is the counterplay for Zero Suit to do? Because she's putting herself in range to get hit, like, pretty often if she's attempting to do that. I do like the wait from Kimo there to try and, like, get a grasp of his fair timing, because fair does hit underneath the ledge when done like that.
Kimo just kind of just waited out the smash.
Is the right option.
Yeah, for sure.
For the most part. Like, you just don't want to deal with it if you can. It's, like, a really volatile move by nature.
So in this case, he's he went into the shield mode. This is kind of what I was asking about. In shield mode, but there's like not really much. He's not in disadvantage. He's just playing it in neutral. So down smash.
Oh, read the roll,
yeah,
but
he did.
Yeah, missed spacing right there.
In terms of like how Shulk is he like easier to kill than most characters?
I mean,
or like is he just like a mid-wave or
he's a heavy.
He's a heavy?
He's like a low end of heavy.
And that up B probably wouldn't have done it. But it would have racked up a good amount of damage from the Kimo's keeping up with this pressure, running away when Road tries to start off something.
I think he's trying to get a grasp of when Road wants to try and take back center stage, but at the moment Road just kind of like establishing the space that he's currently occupying instead. It's like throwing out hitboxes constantly. Kimo trying to extend really hard for this kill right now.
I've noticed that Road, like, as soon as he loses an art, he immediately tries to switch over to another art. His wants that. Those buffs on him at all times. And it seems like there are rare instances playing vanilla Shulk.
Yep. I like the option from the side B by Kimo there, just because like Road has kind of been conditioned in a way to like not really try to counter, but like Kimo knows that that same option will still accomplish the same thing as Paralyzer, but also kill.
It is.
Runs out and runs back in with the fair to whip punish.
Got the smash art out. Off stage though.
Yep. The forward tilt kind of put him off stage and down air.
And yep, I heard it. Yep.
Kimo gonna take the second game, also 2-0. A little bit of a higher percent that time though.